We begin with breaking news. A shooting scene in Columbus. A man police shot and wanted in the murder of a 13-year-old girl and Toledo teenager who happens to be his daughter. Police are now confirming this afternoon an officer shot and wounded Darnell Jones today. Jones is now facing charges in Columbus. And Pushing Out the News reporter
welcome in, everybody.
This afternoon with what we have learned since we first brought you the breaking story today at
Tony, he is facing charges in Columbus as well as here in Toledo. He's facing a murder charge here in Toledo. I want to show you the scene here where they found the body yesterday. As you can see, there are a number of balloons and candles and teddy bears in honor of this little girl who lost her life over a senseless crime or whatever happened to her, according to police. Now, police put out an alert to officers around the state to be on the lookout for Darnell Jones. Columbus police were looking for him yesterday. Police say Darnell Jones may have been walking around a neighborhood in Columbus all night. The SWAT team found him. There was a confrontation. Police say Jones had a gun and pulled it. Police shot him. Jones is the father of Toledo teen Kei'Mani Latigue. The 13-year-old was found in an abandoned home yesterday. Jones is wanted for her murder. A Columbus police officer said the girl's throat was cut. A warning, the details might be disturbing to hear.
This is what SWAT does. SWAT goes out there. Some of them have...
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to MTGV Crime Podcast. So today we're going to take a first look at Kei'Mani. Look, I don't even got the name correct right now. But Kei'Mani, I got to hear her name said. But I've been looking at a few, Latigue, it looks like. But she's a 13-year-old Toledo girl who went missing after her father, alleged father, because I just ran into something else. But her alleged father abducted her from her home. And she was found in an abandoned building. So I ran across his what they're charging him for. His name is Darnell Jones. He was born 6/17/1991. He is being charged with abduction, removing her from a place. Also, he's being charged with unaliving her, causing her demise while committing and attempting a F2 violent offense. I mean, this dude is sick, man. He's also been charged with felonious assault and seriously harming a victim. And so, man, the preliminary autopsy has been reported, and the community is coming out in droves about this little girl. The teacher has spoke out saying that they had reported this to CPS and they did nothing. I heard the grandmother myself say that she whooped her. She whoops her, like, because the school was saying that there was bruises on her, and the community is saying that she is only in it for the money. So we want to go through this and see what's being said. We're going to go through the facts, what the news is saying, the police is saying, and also the community, like I love to do, because the community matters. They're the ones that get everybody talking and giving us a look inside of this home. And so some of the things that I found disturbing when running across the father's videos is that you could tell that this dude, he had a hard life. You know, it looks like he had a hard life, but we ain't gonna start with him. Let's go to this video with this cop here.
I heard about this case. This was an individual wanted for homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you're somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you. This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, had her hand cut off, and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town. I understand some of your editors won't let you print the word animal or view the word animal. If people are more offended to how I'm describing him, how he treated that girl, that's on them, not on me. Again, I'm glad our officers are okay. Our SWAT are the best of the best. We send a message. You or somebody, do not come to this town. I heard about this case. This was an individual.
What a coward. So he does this to his daughter and then he runs to Columbus. And they said he was just roaming around, walking around. Like, what did you think? They said that he put a weapon, and he's lucky to be alive because usually they go for the unaliving. I'm talking about they are trained to shoot center mass, and if he put a weapon, I'm surprised they didn't light him up. I'm surprised that he is just in the hospital right now. And he's expected to live from my understanding. Welcome in, Chinetta. Thank you so much for dropping down in the chat. How you doing? And shout out to everybody in the bushes and on the replay. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, smack that thumbs up, and drop down and let me know what you think about what you're hearing. We're going to go through a bunch of information, so let this video play.
Toledo says Mayor Wade Capsicavage spoke to the mayor of Columbus. The police chiefs are sharing information and working together to investigate this incident that happened in Columbus, as well as the...
And also, let me just say that this is a crime channel, and we also report tough things over here, but nothing that we report is meant to shock you, but it is meant to inform you and spread the word, cause the action, and understand what's going on in our community so you know what to look out for. Shout out to Bronze. Welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping down in the chat. Shout out to my moderator in the building. So welcome in everybody in the bushes.
Investigation here. We're told you, as you mentioned, the Columbus police officer said that Darnell Jones is in the hospital. He is facing charges in Columbus. He is also facing a murder charge here. He is expected to face a judge tomorrow in Franklin County. Tony, back to you.
Alexis Means reporting live for us this afternoon. Meantime, police in Toledo have been looking for Jones since they discovered the body of his 13-year-old daughter, Kei'Mani Latigue, in an abandoned home on Miami Street just this past Monday. That was days before she would have turned 14. Jones, initially charged with her abduction, police have since added the charge of murder. The autopsy today reveals the teen died from wounds and cuts in her neck. Community coming together today, remembering Kei'Mani. In a statement to 13 Action News today, Toledo Public Schools say in part they're saddened by the loss of their friend and classmate, adding that Kei'Mani will be remembered as being very personable and someone who got along well with others. Toledo Public Schools says Kei'Mani was recently recognized at the school's honor roll assembly and was to be given a kindness award later this week. Counselors and therapy dogs are at the school this week to help all of those who are grieving. And happening tonight at 6:15, the community is set to hold a vigil for Kei'Mani at the house at the corner of Miami and Wilmot, the one you just saw behind Alexis Means. Lily Lowndes will be there, and she's going to have an update on Action News at 11 o'clock. You can also stay informed on this case.
She did not deserve what happened to her. I don't know if this guy was ever in her life. I don't know why the grandmother trusted him when he came around. I don't know any of that. I did hear the grandmother say that he played in her face and he acted like he really wanted to be in her life, but this is the same grandmother that the community is going in on.
I told you, bitch! That's what you get, bitch! Yes! You lucky, go to jail, bitch! You know what you did, bitch! That's right! That's right! You know what you did to her! You got in jail too, bitch! I knew it! It's exactly what the fuck she should have been in jail! That bitch should have been in jail! A long fucking time ago! Get her! Get her! That bitch! Mama. I'm telling you! I'm telling you! I'm telling you! That bitch, I'm telling y'all, I've been around, and this bitch, oh my mama, take that bitch to jail! Get that bitch out of here! Get her out of here! You man, I've been knowing when that bitch walked up to my car, bro. The other day when we was going out to search, bro, I already knew it. I knew it. I knew that bitch did it. I knew it, bro. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers, yeah, bitch, you probably had something to do with it too. I told you, bitch. That's what.
So the community is standing 10 toes down on the grandmother, like you are the one responsible for this. And so I don't know if she's responsible for it or not. I really don't know her role because Come to find out, she really wasn't arrested. She since did a interview saying that she only did that because she wanted them to get the F from around her house. She said that pretty much they gathered around there after looking to see if that was her in that abandoned building. And she called the police, or some neighbors called and informed her. I believe she called the police and they arrived, and she said she asked them to handcuff her. That's what she said. I don't know how true that is, but that is the report that I'm getting. And then let me see. So again, this is a case that the community is really paying attention to, and they are out there. I don't know what time the vigil is, but they said that they're having one, unless that's an old video. And so it do look like I know people have been coming to this house, putting things up. I'm looking at a picture now. And also this house has been burned up several times. And I think they said it was on fire Saturday, right? So this is a place that people come to and probably dump stuff here, bodies and things like that. Like, for whatever reason, he knew about this spot, probably somewhere that he frequents. But what would make a person do this to their own child? Do it, period. But to your own, though? And so I'm going to play a couple videos that I found of him, just to look into the frame of mind that this guy has. So one thing I noticed is that he walks everywhere that he go, or at least here he was. And I think this might have been 2020 or somewhere around there. And he was just walking to work all the time, and sometime walking with a female too, coming from the east side of Toledo. So
I heard about this case. This was an individual.
What do I do? What's up, my bro?
You broke down online.
Been just going through some things,
This
man.
was
I don't know what the fuck to
2019.
do. Dog, I'm really going through some things and people don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not mad.
Welcome in, Super Shiner. Yep, I seen that.
So
Whatever
much
he was going
stress,
through
so
then,
much
he's
anger,
still going through.
and I'm just trying to do the right thing. I pray, I read my Bible, I try to help out people the best as I can, and I'm just not feeling this. It ain't financial or none of that, bro. If you thinking that's what it is, it's nothing like that. Booter, you remember when you told me that?
One thing I can say that, people don't give a damn. When you do stuff like this, don't nobody care about your trauma, your pain, your anger, nothing. Because he took his problem out on an innocent child who did not ask to be here in the situation. I don't know why she wasn't with her mom. I don't know if this was her real father or not, because of the video that I just ran across. And it's just like, the only person that hurts is herself and her. And one thing that I noticed, not knowing much about the grandmother, but I noticed that she wasn't crying. She wasn't broke up. She was like, she was more defensive when it came down to talking about the people and stuff like that. So that's a red flag to me. But I don't know. So let me see. Well, let's read what they are saying. So this article is coming from WTVG, TVG, Toledo, Ohio, and it is this is by Alexis Means and Sarah McRitchie. Okay, and so the police said investigators found the girl's body on the second floor of an abandoned, burned house on Miami Street in Toledo. She was reported missing just last week. An autopsy determined she died of multiple incisions, incisive wounds of the neck, and ruled as a homicide, according to the Lucas County Coroner's Office. Kei'Mani, a student at Springfield Elementary School, was just days away from her 14th birthday. A spokesperson of Toledo Public Schools said she was going to be given a kindness award later this week. The teen was also recently recognized at a school's honor roll assembly. So she was a good girl. She did well in school despite what she might have been going through. Emotions ran high as dozens of people gathered at the intersection near the abandoned home, demanding answers as investigators recovered evidence from the building. So the missing girl's mother, Tiara Caston, was at the scene and expressed her frustrations with the situation before the coroner confirmed the body was Kei'Mani's. Now let me know if because I've heard it said both ways, that the grandmother is the mother's mother, but then other people said that she's a foster. So is she a real grandmother or a foster grandmother? Is the mother of Kei'Mani the daughter of this grandmother? Because I've heard both and I'm not sure. So she said, I just want to know if it's my baby. They're still not telling me. And we gonna pull up the videos and watch it. Caskin said, so it's nothing to take a picture. It's nothing to let me know when the coroner's bringing her out so I can see if it's indeed my baby. And you're not saying nothing. And so one thing that we definitely know, that they're not gonna let you on the scene. They're not gonna let you identify the body on the scene. And hopefully she will be able to. But what happened to her was very heinous, and I just don't get how any father could do this. But let me finish playing this. Speaking of father, I forgot about him that quick. See what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about your trauma when you do stuff like this.
Booter, you remember when you told me that God got a plan for me? You told me God got a plan for me. And that's the reason why I keep going through all of this shit. Because he keep putting me through the test. When is the test gonna be over, bro? I just want to be over with. I hate the way I think. I hate the way I see things. And all I do is sit back and try to just act like I don't see shit. Because if I do something about it, I'm going to jail.
Welcome in,
I'm
LD.
the one getting in trouble. I just want to know what's the real purpose for me to be here, man. I literally like helping people. I like doing yard work. I like working with people in general. But yet, it's always, I feel like something is being thrown at me. If that makes sense. I don't know. But then again, I can't keep crying about shit. I can't keep putting myself down. Like, I got jobs lined up, y'all. I got shit lined up for like the next fucking month to where I can make some money, to where I can live good. But it's just so much shit inside of my head that I don't want there. Booter, you remember when you told me?
So, just imagine if that was her parent, what the heck was she going through? She probably felt unloved, unwanted, and everything. Nobody cares about your trauma when you don't get help. And when you harm somebody, I see here that he got 5 daughters. At least that's what I found on social media. I mean, on his page, and all of these different pictures. Like, he looked like he's had it rough, but I'm sure that he didn't help that situation by not getting help. And also what he did. I mean, another Jarvis times 10 probably. I mean, they haven't found Nazia's body, so we don't know what he did to her. But for this guy to take the hands, and it's unreal, man. The mother, Kaskin, she went on to say there's no reason her daughter would ever be in the area of the abandoned home. She said Kei'Mani would only ever go to school, play basketball, and go home. She recounted the last time she talked to her daughter. She said, I seen her on the 15th. Her dad brought her down to my house. What? Oh. I seen her on the 15th. Her dad brought her down to my house. Apparently, my mother gave him permission. And honestly, it was just loving on my kid. We play video games. Really? So, from my understanding, the mother don't live here. So, okay. So, the grandmother is the mother's mother then. She just said that. I seen her on the 15th. Her dad brought her down to my house. Apparently my mother gave him permission, and honestly, it was just loving on my kid. We play video games. Do anybody know why her daughter was taken from her, or why was the mother raising her daughter? So the new developments came just hours after we learned the teen's father, Darnell Jones, 33, was charged with abduction on Sunday. After investigators found her body, Toledo police announced Monday night that Jones is now charged with unaliving the teen. Court documents show there is an open warrant for his arrest, and he, has been arrested and shot in Columbus, where he was roaming the streets, and they seen him. Like, you gotta, like, everywhere you can't just be roaming. People will call the police on you, and it looked like he might have been in a decent area also. So the affidavit alleges that Jones was the last person with Kei'Mani before she went missing, and has allegedly given inconsistent statements about his activities with the victim and her whereabouts. It said phone and surveillance videos were also factors in filing the charges. So they got him on video. The girl's father told 13 Action News last week that he saw Kei'Mani late at night on the 16th, after she called to say she was afraid to be at home alone. So I just wondered how true that might have been, or was that just completely made up? What stood out to me about that is that they're saying that it was 12:30-ish, or he said it was around 12:30-ish. And so I wondered, was the grandmother gone? Does she stay home alone, frequently by herself? And then I also ran across a video that said the grandmother has, SOs, offenders, visiting her home. So I don't know how true that is. Let me know if y'all know any of the answers to that stuff, but we definitely gonna try to get that stuff answered before I get off of here. So he said, I came over there because she said that it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. Now, why didn't she call the police if she was so afraid? Or her grandmother, why would she call this guy who probably hasn't been in her life like that? So I wonder. So me and my cousin sat over here for an hour, and we left around 12:30ish. Okay, so where was the grandmother at? And who was the cousin that he claimed was over there with him? Those are my questions. So the teen's grandmother spoke with 13 Action News last week after Kei'Mani's was first reported missing. Dorothy Latigue says she lives alone with Kei'Mani. When she came home on March 17th, Dorothy said she noticed the house was in disarray. So what, she was gone overnight and the girl was by herself? I'm confused. Or because I seen that the mother said she seen her on the 15th because the father took her there. So, but then the grandmother is saying that when she came home on the 17th. So what about the 15th and the 16th? Who was at the house? Okay. Anyway, let me just read this. When she came home on March 17th, Dorothy said she noticed the house was in disarray. She added that the stove was on and she smelled gas. What? And that Kei'Mani keys and glasses were at the house. But Kei'Mani can't see without them. So that means that she was taken from the home. This dude just came in there, abducted her, and did what he did to her. And then cut on the gas and that makes me think about my cousin. Because that's what that bastard did. Cut on the gas, lit candles, had hot water running on her body, which helped to not blow up the damn house when my uncle got there to check on her. So maybe that's what he was trying to do. Maybe he was trying to blow up the house. Because why he turned on the gas. So, but where was the grandmother at? Why is this girl being left alone, I wonder? So let me finish this article and I'm going to look at the chat because I got questions. And so she can't see without her glasses. And then she said, other than her and I, it's just 2 dogs in the house. So who cut it on? So that was kind of suspicious. Her glasses in her underclothes were by the couch in the front. Her glasses and her underclothes. So did he do this to her at this house and then take her away and unalive her? Is that what happened here? Where was the grandmother at? Her glasses and her underclothes were by the couch in the front. Her pajamas were on the dining room floor. So if he took her from the house and maybe would unclothe after he did what he did, somebody had to see that. It got to be somebody in that neighborhood with a ring cam. 13 Action News asked Toledo police detectives if they think there are others involved in her disappearance. And they said, until we're done doing the whole investigation, I can't tell you how many people are involved, Lieutenant Dan Gherkin said. So the family organized a search party on Friday night, and they handed out flyers to the residents multiple times. And she looked like this dude. She definitely looked like him. So I let me go to a couple videos too that I was looking at. Let me see what y'all saying. This is so disturbing, y'all. Gina said that is horrible. It is. And Gina said, I believe that the baby was tired of being essayed and was trying to stop it. So okay. Okay, now I really question the grandmother, because why was she home alone seemingly overnight? And then what the let me go to this video that I seen to explain what I'm thinking about right now. I hope I got it in here. Of course I don't. Hold on. I'm gonna let this finish playing while I look for the video that I wanted to play. Let me go to another video. This is so sad. Oh shoot. Let me pull it up. I thought I still had it up, but I forgot I dropped it down. So let me pull it back up. Y'all, please smack the thumbs up if you haven't got a chance to yet. And please subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for tuning in. Happy, is it hump day? Is it? Yeah, happy hump day. Boy, the times be flying. The weeks just be going by. It's about to be April already. Okay, so let's go.
Toledo police issuing an alert that Kei'Mani Latigue was missing 1 week ago. 6 days later, TPD finds her body, and now new information on how Kei'Mani died and where the man who police say killed her is right now.
Here's what we've learned in the last few hours. Police say a SWAT team found Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, in Columbus. There was reportedly an altercation and officers shot Jones. Officials say they recovered a gun, and Jones is expected to survive.
Lucas County Coroner's Office also releasing Kei'Mani's cause of death. An autopsy showed that she died from multiple wounds to the neck, and the coroner ruled her death a homicide.
Late this afternoon, Kei'Mani's grandmother spoke exclusively with WTOL 11. We have that full interview in just a moment.
Here's how the story has unfolded over the last week. Toledo police posted the alert that Kei'Mani was missing on Tuesday, March 18th. It was just after 4 p.m. She was last seen reported at her grandmother's home on Elm Street. That's in North Toledo. The next day, WTOL 11 spoke with the teen's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue. She's also Kei'Mani's legal guardian. She said she came home from work Tuesday morning, found Kei'Mani was missing. She called her school before making a report to Toledo police.
By Friday, family, friends, and even strangers came out to North Toledo to search for Kei'Mani. Her mother, Tiara Caston, was...
Okay, so she came home from work and discovered she was missing, so that would mean that she worked overnight and leave her home alone? Is that what I'm hearing? And then I see that somebody said that it was said that guys is... Let me see. It said men were coming and going regularly, then anything is possible. Oh my God. Wow. After her, welcome in sophisticated luxury. After the essay, her at the house, she probably was going to tell. So she took her to the house where she was found. So let me look at the other thing, because let me see what y'all thinking. If the granny is involved or not. Oh my God, that's 62%. Y'all think the granny is involved. So we got 29 votes, and is the granny involved was the question. 69% says yes, 21% says no, and 17% is on the fence. I don't know yet. I'm on the fence because I don't know all the details. Wow, man, this poor girl. And I mean, at home by herself, and then men allowed to come in. Welcome in, Alicia. How you doing? The Nightmare on Elm Street. Look at that. Hell yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street for this poor baby. Welcome in, Kimberly. Thank you for being here. Y'all, please smack the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Man, okay, I'm gonna keep this playing, and I'm gonna look for this video.
Is there from Cleveland. Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, would be charged with abduction on Sunday, March 23rd. Court documents showed he was the last person with her before she went missing.
And then on Monday, March 24th, police found a body inside a home on Miami Street in East Toledo. The Lucas County Coroner's Office would later identify the remains as those of the 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Her time of death posted at 12:19 p.m.
We have team coverage tracking all of the angles and developments in this investigation, from an exclusive interview with Kei'Mani's grandmother to her school, her life, and her death.
Plus, Andre Norrell spoke with members of Toledo City Council about what they plan to do next. And Steve Iwanek is with family and community members gathered to make sure Kei'Mani's memory lives on.
Okay, so as I look for more information, I just ran across something else. So this is coming from her teacher, Kei'Mani, and she said, I was her teacher. She told us she didn't feel safe. She told us she was terrified to go home. We all saw the marks, the bruises, the injuries. I made multiple reports to CPS, trying to get her the help she desperately needed to keep her safe. All of our voices were left unheard. CPS should be held accountable. We told them over and over. And then somebody else said they absolutely should be held accountable for not doing anything. Now this precious child has been taken too soon. Somebody else says, sickening. Thank you for commenting and for caring about her and trying for her. I'm so sorry you're experiencing this right now. I'm determined to think of a way, a change this or address it. And then, so go after them. If you can't trust family, there's really something wrong with the system and things. Okay. And then somebody said, this ish is so sad because I done been to the house on many occasions and something just wasn't right. She could never go outside, and Dorothy was always so mean to her. I never knew about the abuse, but I've always heard stories about the men she kept over there and wanting to do sexual things to her, but didn't know if it was true. Shaking my head, I feel like there was something I could have done, and I failed you as well. All the signs were there. I'm sorry, Kei'Mani. Oh my God. That's somebody. I don't know who the female was that was recording when they arrested the mother or grandmother or put her in cuffs, and her daughter must have not knew the plan, because her daughter was, falling out and trying to get to the car and all of that stuff. So I'm just, if this is true, we should be seeing some more arrests, because they can clearly tell if she was tampered. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then one thing I noticed, the grandmother said that she don't like boys. I noticed she said that. So many people failed her. I'm so sorry, baby girl. CPS especially should be held accountable. This is, man, we hear this all the time. And so sad, man. Let me let this play.
We start first with the new information out of Columbus. Police there say officers from a SWAT team shot Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, just before noon.
A spokesperson for the Columbus Police Department did not identify Jones initially, but has since named him as the suspect that officers encountered Tuesday morning.
One of our SWAT teams was working a dangerous individual who was wanted for a serious crime. And SWAT was given information that this gentleman was in this particular area. When SWAT arrived, they did make contact with the suspect in question that they were looking for, confirming the identity of, in fact, that suspect being the person that they were watching. At some point during the interaction with SWAT officers, I can confirm that an officer did discharge their firearm, striking the suspect. The suspect was transported to a local hospital. That suspect is currently in stable condition. Thankfully, no officers were injured. No one in the public was injured, but it's important to know, obviously, given this is an unusual area where we do not see a lot of crime, we just want to reassure the public that this is a safe, contained situation and there's no longer a threat to the public.
Were any guns recovered off of the suspect?
I can confirm that there was a firearm recovered from the scene that obviously was not the police firearm. So, like I said, it's still early. We're working through that, but I can confirm we did recover a firearm.
Do we know what the suspect was doing in this area?
We don't know that, and that is one of the things that investigators are actively trying to determine right now, because we don't believe there's any reason for him to be in this specific area in terms of knowing someone or trying to engage in any additional criminal activity.
Was the suspect pulled over in a car? We saw a car that was being looked at. Yeah. Was he in a home? Where was he?
There was a vehicle involved, and this interaction, I can say, happened outside. Beyond that, we can't get into the specifics just yet until we continue the investigation.
So you're saying he's unstable, so you believe these are not life-threatening injuries?
Correct. We do believe that he will survive his injury.
While the spokesperson for Columbus Police didn't release much information, the press.
Okay, so I found a couple of the videos that I wanted to play here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Does CPS have to have it done right in front of them? Exactly. They act like it, and then it's like they take the wrong ones and keep the ones that they should take. And it's like, I mean, because it's ridiculous. And so, Alicia, it seems that way, right? And so CPS need to be revamped. Exactly. They just need to be dismantled, unless that's what they really here for. You know, she got home late the day she was unalive, tells me she had something to do with it. See? Yeah. And it, I mean, what I'm wondering is if the lady work overnight, or does she just leave and allow this to happen and be like, oh, I didn't know. So let's listen into this, because this is where I heard about strange men.
And started doing the searching themselves. Let me address a couple of things. I had to just get over this right here, put myself together, hearing the horrific details of this baby's hands being cut off and they slit her throat and everything. This is horrific. And I'm pissed off. The first thing is the school, there are teachers at the school and some classmates' parents who actually did report everything that was going on at this house of horrors to CPS. It is documented where they reported that. One of the teachers commented in a couple of my videos. I said this before, but she commented in one of my videos, even on the book face, where she reported this stuff and several other people reported this, but nothing was ever done or investigated by CPS.
So I'm guessing that thread that I just read is probably the comments that she commented under his video.
Yes, they failed this baby. Another failure that I saw is they didn't issue an Amber Alert. They're trying to come up with an excuse talking about, well, there's criteria in order to issue an Amber Alert.
Now, I didn't get that either, because if they knew, from what I was hearing, I'm like, well, it sounded like they knew that she was with her father. Why didn't they issue an Amber Alert? But we always had this conversation. Every time somebody black goes missing, is always this issue. Why no Amber Alert? Why didn't we get anything?
This baby met all the criteria. She met every single bit of it. And yet, TPD, you failed this baby. And the only reason you went out there and started searching is because you had boots on the ground up there of a community that came together and started doing the searching themselves. Then you had the power of social media calling you guys to the forefront, putting the heat up under your boots. You failed this baby. And then listening to this right here.
Told to me that he was her biological father. However, her biological mother has told me on several occasions that he is not. So I don't know what to believe, but I know that he was present. He's been more present than the biological mom. And I feel these.
What? Now, is this woman her mother or not? I'm so confused. So I seen that they like, well, that they saying this ain't her biological father. And like, why? Where did he come from? Why is that a confusion? And why would the grandmother just trust him out the gate, not knowing it? What? And then if this woman is her mother, she's shading her. So I'm confused. You talking about he was around more than a biological mother.
Like, you played for so long in my face, like you was her dad, like
best interest at heart. But where is she? All of that yin yang she was talking, that's called deflection. She was deflecting, trying to get all the heat off of her and put it on other people. Kei'Mani was telling people what was going on. And the only reason a lot of the other family like Tiara and Kat and all them were not able to find out what was really going on because Dorothy kept them from her and vice versa. And when Kei'Mani was telling her teachers, she was telling her teachers and other students and other parents what was going on, they reported it like they were supposed to CPS and TPD. Nothing was done. She was failed. And the reason why Tiara was kept out of the loop, wasn't able to come around, is because of all the lies that she fabricated. And there's proof of this. And I saw people talking about how come Dorothy got a hold of Kei'Mani. She took the baby as soon as that baby was born. She fabricated an entire lie.
Wait a minute, though. How? Oh, she fabricated a lie to get her. Let's see.
All kinds of lies in order to take that child from her biological mother. And there's proof of every single bit of that. Just because she's not arrested now don't mean she won't be arrested later.
That's
fine. Because she's 100% responsible also. It's a lot of things that don't make sense, but the truth is going to come out because I guarantee you.
Well, I got questions. How was she able to take the daughter? She lied about what? How did she just able to take her? They just let her take her with no proof. It was unfounded. They hide the whole thing. She even knew his past, both the mother and the grandmother. Wait a minute. So what is his past? He got a SO pass. I mean, if he did that to her, I'm sure it wasn't his first rodeo. And it probably happened to him too, but don't nobody care. But it probably did. But we don't care. But just looking at the history and where did this come from? Ain't no damn way.
Going down by himself. He's not going to go down by himself. He's going to tell on everybody. And that includes Dorothy, Lisa Nicole White, and her significant other, KP, and all the rest of them. Because it's all going to come out. And like I said, all they have to do is get a hold of that phone and talk to the other classmates and the school teachers who have proof of what was going on in that house of horrors. Y'all continue lifting up Tiara and Kat and all the rest of them classmates, her best friends, the ones that are commenting. Continue lifting all of them up. Because they need it. They need a village right now. Don't forget about her birthday party. Don't forget about the link that's in my bio to help out with what's going to take place this weekend. Let me address a couple of things. I had just
what a sicko. Hold on. Let me. So I was looking for the video that he had posted, and where he was talking about the men and stuff that comes over there. So let me see if I can find that one. All these different men in and out the house. That's just sick, man. So I think, let's see.
This is a call to action. Toledo, Ohio. You guys are up. And I'm saying right now, this whole thing, the milk stinks and the water stinks.
Yeah, this the one.
This 13-year-old little girl's been missing since Sunday. Today is Friday. Now, according to the grandmother, she has never run away from home. She never showed up to school. Her cell phone is going straight to voicemail. Grandma said she came home Monday morning. When she came home, she wasn't there. She was supposed to have been on her way to school. But the way that the house was set up, basically in disarray, it was in complete disarray.
So this girl is expected to get ready for school, send herself off and all of this. Where is the grandmother at when all this going on? I mean, where is she at guiding her along the way? I'm just confused. And let me see, because let this keep going.
Something ain't right. She left her glasses behind. The stove was left on. You could smell gas. And the only thing that was left in the house was 2 dogs that were still in the house. Her underclothes were by the couch in the front. Her pajamas were on the dining room floor. Come on now. Her father said that his daughter called him and said that she was afraid to be home alone. He said that he came over there because she said it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house.
So, I mean, we clearly know that he was there. So, I mean, where did he think everybody was going to think happened to her? You was the last one with her, and you admitted to being with her. Stupid.
And he said him and his cousin came over there for about an hour. Then they left at around 12:30ish. Yeah, okay. Your investigation need to start with that dad and whoever this cousin is.
Latigue was last seen around 12:30 a.m. near Elm Street in North Toledo. But when she didn't show up for school, her family knew something was wrong. She's 5'6", 120 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Her family says she left behind her glasses and house keys, things she never leaves without.
Off of work at 9 o'clock. I made it home like 9:40 that morning. She wasn't here. There were things in the floor that should not have been. That's what caused the alarm.
She made it home at 9:40 that morning. What time did you leave the night before? Why is she coming home in the morning? Do she got a night job or something?
So I called the school to speak with her. I asked them, could I speak with her? And then they did. They contacted the principal, her teacher, and the gym teacher, and all three of those guys said that she was not there.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the dad. So he said that she called because she was afraid somebody was trying to break in. So he brings this so-called cousin along to sit in the house with him and her. Why wasn't the grandmother informed? Why didn't she tell the grandmama, or why didn't the father tell the
My same questions. Why wouldn't she call the people that she lives with? You know, evidently, I don't know. I don't think she called at all. I think the dude just came over there because he knew that she was at home alone, or the grandmother allowed him to come over since she seemed to respect him more than the daughter, just based off of what she said. Well, he's around more than she is. Again, another case the family is failing a child. That's what it sounds like. They hid the whole thing. She even knew his past. That's crazy, though. That is crazy work. He's so right. It's odd to hear. Dismantle, then what? Put it back together the right way. Weed out everything bad. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
grandmother? Who is the cousin? And why bring that person? Why did he leave just an hour after he was there? Why didn't he call and check up on her throughout the night? Why didn't he call the police and say, hey, go check on my house because my daughter said somebody tried to break in? None of this is making sense. The grandmother said that the door was unlocked and not broken into. The milk stinks and the water stinks. So if the door wasn't broken into, this is somebody who she's probably familiar with. She let them in, or they came in because they possibly very familiar with the family. What kind of dogs do they have? Were they not barking and scared and running around? Did they not attack this person? The dogs.
This ain't the one I wanted either. Shoot, it was one where he was talking about the other man. Wait, who is that?
I had several people reach out to me regarding what happened between Samantha Mary.
Oh, that's the pastor.
Regarding this case up there with Kei'Mani Latigue up there in Toledo, Ohio, I know I done brought you 2 other videos. You can go watch those. But I feel deep down in my spirit, real deep down, that something was going on in that household. And now they're trying to cover their tracks. They're trying to point the direction away from them. But something is going on. The milk stinks and the water stinks. We did verify that these text messages came from the grandmother's phone. So
what? Kei'Mani is fine. Okay, give me your location. I need to talk to her, please. Who is in charge of the situation? Wait, hold on. Let me.
What's going on? The milk
Where these
stinks and
text
the water
messages
stinks.
come from?
We did verify that these.
So they verified these text messages. So I'll read what I can. It says, you have my amount so we can fix it. What? You have my amount so we can fix it? How do we know you have her? Send us a picture of her, unharmed, and we can discuss the $4,000. What?
These text messages came from the grandmother's phone. So all of this right here is legit from her.
Okay, so it says Kei'Mani is fine, okay? Give me your location. I need to talk to her. Who is in charge of the situation to agree and meet me in a public place to give it to you? I am. Meet where? Look here. Look here what happened. My people picked it looking for it to return. Now I can't see it because he's in front of it. So as long as you don't call the police in, I guess. Can you meet me? And it says something about on Cherry Street. And how long does it take to get there or something? You have my word. If you can meet me at McDonald's on Cherry, then I won't contact the police.
I tell you right now, guilt is just like pain. It's going to force you to feel it. And pain is just like.
What the hell? And then it says, I'm here. This is about business. If you respect my amount, I will return it to you right now. What? That's right. Here, I'm asking for the amount of $4,000. That's the business. You and something with me. So tell me if you are, reaching an agreement. I will take her too. Send me a picture. You have my address maybe. And then how do we know you have her? Send us a picture of her unharmed and we can discuss the 4,000.
You to think straight, you can't even eat. You won't be able to rest until you start telling the truth. And somebody's trying to make up their own truth in order to point the fingers away from them. I got a whole lot of questions regarding grandmama, the men that stay in that house, and whoever else is in that house, and what goes on in that house. This baby right here, if she ran away to be safe. Something happened, and she got a story to tell. She's got a story to tell that's going to get a whole bunch of people in trouble. Now, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But right now, the milk stinks and the water stinks. So, Dorothy Latigue, you got some talking to do. Because I personally feel that you staged that house to look like it was in disarray. Everything that's going on with that house right there, it was staged. Then I'm also finding out, allegedly, that the man that claimed that he's the dad that came over there is not the father. He's one of her boyfriends. And they all live in the house or stay in the house. And all they do is smoke and they sip and they sell tamales out of that house.
What the hell?
People say they nasty, but they said you sell tamales out of that house. And they also said, you ain't got no job. You at home all the time. So what's the truth?
That's what I was wondering. Like, is she off at work? Why are you off? Why is she home alone at night? I mean, what's up with these text messages? Like, what's really going on? This is getting more stinky, ain't it? The hell? What do y'all think? Let me see. Look at this poll. So now we have 53%. The grandmother is involved.
Two things happened in that house. Either Kei'Mani ran away to be safe because she was being hit on, people kept laying hands on her, things kept happening to her, and she wanted to get away. Or y'all done staged it to make it seem like she ran away. I'm gonna hold my thoughts. I also want to know why Kei'Mani doesn't stay with her mother and why her mother lives in a totally different city. It's a lot of things not adding up. I don't know. I'm just asking questions right now. This baby got a story to tell, and she's gonna tell on everybody. Kei'Mani, if you see this, we want you to know you got an entire village behind you. It's time to start talking. Don't be afraid. Nobody's gonna hold you back this time because the world knows. I got a lot more, but I'm gonna hold off on it for right now.
So when they said, I'm looking at the Toledo police, what they had posted, and they said that she was last seen on 3/18 around 12:30 a.m. Whose word was they taking for that? The father's? Because the grandmother, when did she say? I heard her say she got back at 9:30 in the morning or something, but when did she leave the night before? It wasn't 12:30, was it? We have to have private chats so the jury doesn't see so much. Man, they better get off of... Oh, right, you don't know who the jury is yet. But if they seen it, they supposed to be honest about it. And not be, It's hard to not see this stuff. And once you see it, it's hard to unsee it. This is crazy, y'all. I'm going to let these videos play. I really want to find the one about the guys. So I'm going to look for it.
President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 9, did. He detailed some of the disturbing details in this case and outlined his understanding of why officers were searching for Jones in the first place.
I received a call we never want to get. One of our officers was involved in a police-involved shooting. Immediately went to scene to speak to our officer, one of our SWAT officers.
We ain't listening to him. He gonna get my video flagged.
He did what they do. They circulated the area. They saturated the area of the short north, and one of the SWAT officers did find him. There was a confrontation. The individual had a gun. You pull a gun on his officers. We've said many times, this is the outcome you could expect. The officers shot him. It's my understanding he is in a local hospital right now.
Is he fired back?
I do not know if he fired back. I just know a gun was recovered from the scene.
Brian, can you talk about, you mentioned how dangerous this suspect was, how relieved you are that none of your officers or any of the nearby neighbors
100%
were injured given what it could have been?
It's my understanding this individual might have been walking around the short north area all night. You got not just a murder of...
Yeah, he's so stupid. Walking around all night. Okay, so here's the grandmother. Let's see.
Since said that she was not arrested, and Dorothy talked exclusively with WTOL 11 Silver Barker about Kei'Mani and what she says really happened between her and TPD.
My first question for you, yesterday, lots of things was going on. We want to know specifically at your home, there was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked,
look how she looking.
The police, that was not the case. So can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Well, I was called and told that there was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier waiting to see if it was Kei'Mani.
Please support great content by sending a super chat, super sticker, cash app, whatever ways that you can support the channel and the content. But thank y'all so much for being here. And the cheapest way to support is just to hit the thumbs up. And I would greatly appreciate that.
That was in the home. And basically some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Are you scared?
So no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
So she did it for game. But one thing about it, if this woman is responsible for this, she going down. And it's not, I mean, they gotta investigate properly. They don't want to mess it up and have her get off and all of that. So they looking into it though. And if these text messages he said is verified, like, is she telling that story to the news about somebody asking for money and all that? I don't know if I heard that story in the news yet.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
What are some of the things that you've been hearing and receiving from people?
They said they was going to blow up my house. They said they was going to do harm to me.
Now it's ironic that she said blow up because whoever left the gas on, that was their aim. So that's yeah. Who cut the gas on in the house? I wonder.
It's just been a barrage of different things that they've been stating.
And now yesterday, or let's backtrack first for a little bit. So you are the guardian of Kei'Mani, or you were the guardian of Kei'Mani, correct?
I am the legal guardian of Kei'Mani.
Okay. So in terms of taking care of her, when was Kei'Mani placed under your care?
A year ago.
A year ago.
She's been in my home for the past 5.5 years, but I just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
So was she with her mother the last, she said 5.5 years, but she got it legal a year ago? I wonder why did it take so long to do that? Interesting.
Were you and Kei'Mani close?
We were.
What were some of the things, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, right now with everything that's going on, what was Kei'Mani like? Tell me a little bit about how Kei'Mani was in the time that you've got to her.
Kei'Mani was phenomenal. Kei'Mani was a helper. Like she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family.
Could it be that she liked older music because that's what she was listening to because she was around older people? And they said that they didn't let her go outside. So,
family that she was allowed to be around. She played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. So I'd like to clear up the mental issue statements. No, she was not mentally ill in any way. We had her, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not an issue. But back to Kei'Mani, she would, like, say for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Kei'Mani immediately embraced them and would play with them. You know, kid stuff. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
The lack of tears, like all this great stuff she's saying with little compassion, if you ask me, empathy, and like she should be tore up right now. At this point, she's been found and they know what happened to her, right? This after she was arrested and all that stuff, staged arrest, if we go by what she said. I'm looking for the tears, Granny. So that really stands out to me.
What school did Kei'Mani go to?
She went to Spring Elementary.
And we were told that at that time she was doing good in school as well too, correct?
She was. She had brought her grade point average up from a 3.4 to a 3.9.
And we've heard from the teacher, so.
And you know, actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30, but when I divulged to them that she had passed, they've rescheduled it. Wow. She was going to receive her trophy for being, you know, on the team and stuff.
And she has a birthday that's coming up.
Her birthday is Friday.
So I see that her emotions are starting to come out in her expressions, but I don't see no tears.
And she would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
Now it's like she's thinking about her birthday. And the party that they probably was supposed to have, or I wonder if this was planned in advance, and if so, why?
Did you have any plans for her for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday party because it would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could participate in the party. Her mom was supposed to come and everything. So I asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought. Things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some.
So she ordered her birthday stuff. So I wonder, when did she start ordering the stuff? Did she just order it? Like, did she order it months ago? Or did she order it the same week that this happened to her? She says she ordered stuff and still getting it. So,
Some confusion now in terms of when.
And she said that she was having a big birthday theme party, but she didn't mention where it was going to be at. She said they was going to have a big party, and this was the only time that all her kids could get together, I guess. So that's why they was going to have a big party. I thought she was going to say something else about why it was the big party this year. Because it sounded like it was going to be a party that was going to be bigger than any party that she ever had. And usually Sweet 16 is a big party, you know. Not usually 14. But everybody's individuals, but that just stuck out to me. And the lack of tears, the lack of emotions, that really stands out to me. And she is defensive. I mean, but you know, if you had a mob of people in front of your house, you probably would be a little defensive too, but you would probably have tears, like defending yourself, saying that I love my granddaughter. I would never, you know, do anything to hurt her. And I don't know why people think that. Like, I would be saying different things if I was in this situation.
When it comes to family, you know, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, and then also was she in the foster care system? Can you clear up a little bit of all of that? You know, when Kei'Mani was placed in your care, you know, when is the LCCS? Who exactly did she come from, and how did
She came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name.
So she was with another legal guardian before the grandmother got her. So why did she get taken from the mother?
But she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends.
Best friends with her other legal guardian. She was best friends with her, but don't want to say.
Other legal guardian is my daughter, Kei'Mani's mom, godmother.
My daughter, Kei'Mani's mom, godmother. My daughter, Kei'Mani's mom. So that is her daughter. And she was with her. Dang, this little girl just everywhere. Why, though? Why is she not with her mother? Let me just listen.
I'm her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends.
Were best friends.
Other legal guardian is my daughter, Kei'Mani's mom, godmother. And we had already discussed when early on, because she's been with this person since she was 9 months old. My daughter has never really had custody of Kei'Mani.
9 months with this other person. So this mother, it sounds like she probably been wanting a daughter. She had her, somebody else had her since she was 9 months.
So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, you know, do different things with her, for her, or I would contact her and tell her, well, I need this, or Kei'Mani would like that. And she would come by and oblige, and we would commence. It's just too much.
Earlier you mentioned when you were talking about
it's just too much, but she still ain't crying. So I could see how this could be an issue if somebody else, her ex-best friend, had her for all these years, from the age of 9 months until about 11. Somewhere around there. No, not even that long, from 9. Yeah, about 9 or 10. She got with her. I mean, that's a long time to have a kid. To have them from 9 months to about 8 or 9 years old. I will have a problem losing that kid too. That's a long time, but okay. I mean, we just listening at her. I'm still trying to gain understanding. This is my first look at this case. And so we at 59. Well, the votes are going up. We at 67 votes and it's still at 52%. We at 70 votes. Thank y'all for voting. So yeah, y'all definitely feel like she got a lot to do with it. 32% is still on the fence. I'm about to come on over that fence in a minute.
What Kei'Mani was like. You know, you had mentioned that when family members did come over, who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around. And those that did, you know, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
See, people don't understand, like, okay, so like for me, I don't know this case and I'm trying to gain understanding, but she is so, she's she's like being defensive because of what people are saying instead of just getting her story out without attitude, and that causes people to have a problem with you. Shout out to TBZ, welcome in. Thank you for dropping them good members emojis. But yeah, so she's very much on a defense, which will make folks just not like her out the gate. People already don't like her because she, you know, foster mother, seemed like, I mean, all these people at her house, it seemed like she got something to do with it, and she's defensive when people really just care and really want to know what's going on. But okay.
So now we do know that Darnell, you know, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell
this
Jones,
was before he was found. Okay.
There's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus.
Okay.
He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder, and I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape.
Trigger words. I'm still looking, and I ain't found not one damn tear. So you talking, okay, so the whole time she talking, she already knew this. And she is not welling up with tears or anything, talking about the most devastating part of it. Like, if it was going to be a time that a tear was going to drop, it would be this one. Let's see.
And slitting her throat.
Ooh, trigger words.
How's it feel?
Trigger warning. Still don't. Not a drop of water. Not a drop of water. Where?
I can't even say.
Okay, she got the emotion face. The ugly cry starting.
You know,
but
as the police report mentions, Kei'Mani was
no cigar. What the hell, man? See, I don't go by what other people say, but I go by other people's actions and what they saying out of their mouth. And yeah, I'm over that fence right now because ain't no damn way. Ain't not one tear drop yet. Yes, thank you. Shout out to BFF. And thank you, TBZ, for explaining the trigger word thing. I know, yeah, we say that over here. Trigger word, trigger warning. Because, yes, it's you can't even say the things that need to be said to describe this stuff without getting into some type of, you know, trouble with YouTube. So I don't want no trouble with YouTube. Hopefully that don't offend anybody.
Was last seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with as your
man? If she don't go, she tuning up her face, and I still don't see. Body language don't lie. That's what I voted on the fence. Did you? I'm about to come on over the fence, BFF, because she's looking. I mean, it's the lack of compassion for me right now. I mean, I can understand the defense a little bit, but for me, I wouldn't be giving a damn what nobody talking about. I would be more concerned about my grandchild being unalived at this moment. She'd know the whole story, and she should have been the most emotional here. Because, I mean, the community definitely came out boxing. I'm talking about they came out. Let me play that video one more time. This was the reaction of the community, and we got a grandmother that's too damn calm. She's too calm. She's too okay with this. That was them bringing her out.
I told what you did to her. You got in jail too, bitch. I knew it. It's exactly what the fuck she should have been in jail. That bitch should have been in jail a long fucking time ago. Get her. Get her. That bitch. Mama. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That bitch, I'm telling y'all, I've been around, and this bitch, oh, my mama, take that bitch to jail. Get that bitch out of here. Get her out of here. You man, I've been knowing when that bitch walked up to my car, bro. The other day when we was going out to church, bro, I already knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that bitch did it. I know it, bro. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers, yeah, bitch, you probably had something to do with it too. I told you, bitch.
Okay, so y'all see the community, right? This woman knew her and stuff and knew some information, but I don't believe she said she was family. This is the grandmother. And I don't see no emotions like the tears. Like, you could tune up your face. You could play the angry, the ugly cry face and all that, but them tears, those tears tell a story, and I ain't seen it yet. So
You're her guardian. Do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with Darnell?
I do. Only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned.
Only because, do you regret her going with Darnell Senator? Only because, what does she say? She feel deceived. Not because her granddaughter is gone, but because of her. She feels deceived. Like, I'm talking about, you're not supposed to be selfish at this moment. Like, I wouldn't have been thinking about myself being deceived. I would have been thinking about my granddaughter and what happened to her. Like, she got the big trick, right?
You're her guardian. Do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with Darnell?
I do. Only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel
only because she feels deceived. That's it. Not because her granddaughter. Look, listen. Them her words. Not
like this was pre-planned.
Was it pre-planned? Was it premeditated?
I feel like you meant to do this.
Did they mean to do this? Did somebody plan this, or was this guy working alone? I wonder. Because it just seemed like, I mean, she was just left out there. Vulnerable. Alone. Unsafe. Like she told her teacher.
I feel like you was grooming her.
What? Wait. You felt like, wait a minute now. What made her think that? What made her use those words? And if you thought that, what the hell? What? Why would she even go send her with him? If she thought, now this picture of him in the big part, she's standing next to him. So why was they standing next to each other if she felt like he was grooming her? And when did she start feeling that way? Did she just start feeling that way? Like when we found out about this? I'm just confused. If you thought that he was grooming her, why was she sent with this dude? So let's see. When did she think he was grooming her? Because to me, that was prior to the day. I mean, that's like she had these thoughts prior to her being alive. When did she first think he was grooming her? Hold on, let me uncover this. This is weird. She said, I thought he was grooming her. That means she knew that it was a problem. She knew that he was capable of such things. That's what it sounds like. Let's see.
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this?
Okay.
No, I never saw anything.
Look how she's shaking her damn head off. Hold on, I didn't mean you to go that direction. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm trying to deflect and get you to go over here, and you came right here because that's exactly what you get. You see how she shook her head? No. Like, no. I'm just saying, this is stuff that's drawing my attention. She didn't like that comeback question.
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this?
No, I never saw anything out the ordinary.
She shook her head too many times no, and a lot of times that means yes. I don't know if this woman is guilty or not, y'all. I really don't know. But it's looking like it. It's looking like she no more. Just because of her responses for me. The shaking of the head, that one is a strong one. She shook her head too many times and said that. Why would you say that out of everything? Shout out to Gab. Welcome in. Mr. Still Your Girl. Hide your girl, hide your kids from him too. Even if it is days after no tears is crazy. Okay? Is it for Mr. Still Your Girl? Yeah. That's crazy if the lady is behind this. It absolutely is. Oh, y'all, please get the thumbs up. I ain't looked at the thumbs up. Can y'all do a count as they add up? We definitely want to get the thumbs up, y'all. It's so important. It lets others know that we live. It just helps the channel. Send a donation, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. It's all helpful. But definitely support great content.
But when molesters decide to
trigger warning. So wait a minute now. She identified him as that. When did you find out he was that?
Choose prey. They groom you first. So they give you gifts.
We don't need we know what grooming is, ma'am. We just want to know what's been going on in your house. That's it. Like, at what point did you know that this was grooming? I'm still trying to get that because she ain't answered the question. All this is deflection.
They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret. And
so did him and his daughter have a secret? Did she mention something to you? I'm just trying to understand. Let me let this woman talk. But I'm sure y'all seen this before. I'm just trying to figure this out.
And then eventually they pounce.
Look at her. Listen, man. I'm trying to understand. This ain't looking right, y'all. This is not looking right. I'm with what's his name? Oh, Prophet P.I.
This whole thing regarding Kei'Mani.
It stink and stank. It is stink and stank. It really do. Because this stuff she talking about don't make no dang on sense right now. No, it does not. Let's see this.
All right, we are finding out there's an active warrant out here for Darnell Ogletree. A warrant out for this right here, abduction and removal from place found, the hold of this child or any other child. Then you have other people who are associated with Dorothy, and they're all sketchy. And when you do a history check on this household, how many offenders are the kids?
Wait a minute. This might be it.
On that red button right there, it says priors. It'll show you all his stuff. And this right here is the current one right now, abduction removed from place found. That's very concerning.
No, this ain't the one.
Regarding what he did a while back to a younger family member.
Wait.
And now that I see the alias, I see it on there. This is a scanned document, public document that is on the.
Oh, wait a minute. I do have that document. Let me go to that. I don't know if I put it in here or not. Let's see. There was a document right here. Let me read it because I dang sure can't see it from. Hold on. Let me see what this says. Okay. Yeah, y'all could see that. Y'all could see it real good, but I cannot see it that great. And so what we're looking at here, this document is I was looking for the dates, but it has Darnell Jones, redacted address, Toledo, Ohio. 05 is a zip code. Darnell Jerome Ogletree, 150 pounds, please. He's bigger than 150 pounds. Born June 17th, 91. Okay, so it says complainant being sworn states that Darnell Jones, defendant in Toledo, Lucas County, Ohio, on or about March 18, 2025, did violate ORC, constituting a charge of abduction removed from place found in that no person with privilege to do so shall knowingly do any of the following: by force or threat, remove another from the place where the other person is found. It says defendant Darnell Jones removed redacted name from without the consent of the guardian blank. So that's Kei'Mani and the grandmother. So the defendant was the last person with her prior to her going missing. The defendant gave officers inconsistent statements about his activity with the victim and their whereabouts. This did occur in Toledo, Ohio, Lucas County. Telecommunication, excuse me. And excuse me, that's something you can't stop. Just like tears, you can't stop tears. I didn't want that to come while I was in the middle of reading. That's how tears flow. And we ain't seen nothing yet from the granny. So, telecommunications, records, surveillance videos, and witness statements are the source of the detective's information. Okay, so telecommunication records. Okay, they got something. They got it. The phone records, the surveillance were telecommunication. That could be some other stuff too. Surveillance videos and witness statements. All right. And this is coming from Danielle Mooney. Erie. Okay. And then what was this one? Oh, that was the teacher. That was the beginning of what the teacher said, but I already read the whole thing. Okay, let's go back to this video. Let me move him.
And that's how I feel that what, oh God, where
she frustrated. She's frustrated more than sad, seem like.
How all of this is played out, I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
There's also comments in.
I hear her huffing and puffing, but I still don't see a tear. Just like that sneeze, I could not control it. You cannot control tears once you're saddened and you sniffing and all that. Them tears is coming. I've tried to stop my tears from falling before, and it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. You can try by not blinking, you know, when you see it there. You like, I ain't gonna let this tear drop, but yeah.
We're just trying to address those and get those addressed. But there's comments online and speculation again that.
Come on and muster one up, Granny. Come on, Granny. Like, come on, Granny. I think we over the fence now.
You know, Kei'Mani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes?
See, now when you listen at this, abuse in whose eyes? Because Now we got to remember everything, all the good stuff she said about Kei'Mani first. Okay, she said nothing but good things. I don't think I heard her say she was a bad girl at all, that she was disrespectful at all, or any of that stuff. But let's hear her now. That we talking about her whooping her. Cause I don't. So I'ma ask her. I'ma do the poll. I want to know. I know now that everybody feels like this grandmother has something to do with it. So I'm gonna end this poll. We got 89 votes and 90 now, 95 now. But is the granny involved? 51% yes. Now we got 50%. No at 14%, and I'm on the fence at 36%. So thank y'all for y'all votes. Hold on. I'm gonna close that one out. Let's go back over here.
Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong.
So she went to the defense again. So we know ain't no tears coming now. Is there ever a time that you need to get physical with your kids? I don't know. Hold on. I mean, she was a teenager, so usually at that age, you usually don't have to lay no hands on no kid. You ain't got to spank their hands or nothing like that. You know, little kids get little hand spankings because they be trying to put stuff in their mouth and stuff like that. But it sounds like some other stuff because the teacher was talking about bruises and all that. So let's see where we going.
Or did things wrong. Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just.
So she was whooped. She just said it wasn't for no reason though. It was because she did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? She don't never whoop her for nothing. I don't think she should be getting whooped at all. Really. I don't. Why am I sneezing? God, all this bullshit.
Because I felt like it.
I seen teeth with that word. Hold on. I seen a little teeth, right? She really was feeling that.
Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSP.
So CPS did respond when the school contacted them. But then it sounded like it was another contact. But we just heard what the teacher said. She was contacting them because they were seeing bruises and because she said she didn't feel safe at home. So, okay. So now we're finding out that they actually did allegedly come to her house. Okay, what they do about it?
Well, CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case.
When she went to Bennett Academy. So is that why she took her out, or did she age out of that school? So maybe they didn't say nothing when the other school reported it. So these the dogs they had, I guess. This kind of dog. What is that, a pit bull or something? Or mixed? I don't know. What kind of dog is that, y'all?
Study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them. And you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that.
She knew that, so she just whooped her on her behind. So I guess the teachers were seeing bruises on her behind then? Or was they seeing stuff on her arms or face, stuff that was visible for people to see with the clothes on? She's a little ashy too.
So she didn't have like bruises all over?
She didn't have them all over. She just had one big slap mark across her face. You know, I'm just saying, like, you should, okay. She didn't have bruises all over, so she's admitting that she had bruises. I don't think. Now, I have spanked my kids before, right? I ain't never hit them to where they got a bruise. Never. Never.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
I would say the latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
So the same year. Well, no, 7 months ago would have been last year. So she would say 7 months ago. And then when was the last? Because how many times they been there? Couple.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came into your home?
It was twice total.
So twice total that they came into your home.
What year was this?
Okay. And it was all for like you mentioned, what you just said. Earlier,
Yes.
explaining.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, this.
So was it twice from two different people, or the same school reported it twice? Because that matters. That matters if it's coming from different places or not. But she didn't mention that part. I wonder. Let me see what y'all are saying. Who else was in the house that could have hurt her if grandma didn't do it but was afraid to go home? She was afraid to go home because the mob was outside waiting on her. But other than that, she was at home. Welcome in, Nikki. I think so, Dee Dee. She was home up until that point, and then she called the police to come and meet her there so she could be arrested, so they would leave her effing house. That's what she said. That's all she was worried about. She just wanted them to go away. They probably transferred her to the other schools running from the system. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Is your name pronounced Tanya? If it is, it's spelled very different, but I could be wrong. But welcome in, Tan. That's safe, I guess. They need to get their papers and see who is her legal guardian. Yeah, because she said, what did she say? Her ex-best friend, but then she said it was another legal guardian that was her daughter's godmother or something like that. It was so many different people involved. I probably got to listen to that part again. But right now, let's get some more from wait, she's still talking.
This whole situation. So you were not arrested, correct? And that's
Correct.
what, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out in custody. That's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
That was our silver.
She asked for. I think. Look, I thought I seen a little bit of glistening on her eyes right here, but that might be cat butter. I didn't see no tears, y'all. I was looking for them. I was looking for them. This is crazy, right? Then grandma was hurting her. Yep, it sounds like that's what they're saying. Like, they're saying that it was certain people that she was allowing into the household that was possibly hurting her. And I read the note from the teacher, and she said she did not feel safe at home. So she's actually told her own story. But I don't know if she elaborated on that. Why don't you feel safe? What else is happening? But that is what she said. She said her teacher said I was her teacher. She told us she didn't feel safe. She told us she was terrified to go home. We saw the marks, bruises, and injuries. I made multiple reports to CPS, trying to get her help. She desperately needed to keep her safe. All of our voices were left unheard. CPS should be held accountable. We told them over and over again. Now, what I don't know, the way that this teacher is speaking, this was her current teacher. This is her current teacher, the way that she's speaking. And that's what she had to say. Let me let this finish.
because that's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
That was our Silver Barker there. Kei'Mani's family came out of town to search for her. Now they say they're planning a funeral instead. Silver Barker spoke with Kei'Mani's aunt about the relationship and the things she says she regrets.
I'm Dorothy's second oldest daughter. I'm Kei'Mani's aunt. My name is Sanika. I live in Indianapolis. All this that is going on is devastating. You wouldn't think that, you see it happen around the world, but when it hits close to your heart, you really just be thinking like, did I do something wrong? Did I fail her? She didn't have the life to live that we have got to grow and live. She was only 13. So to know that somebody that I trusted, which was her father, to come through and deceive us just to get to Kei'Mani in some sexual way or a harmful way, that hurts me to the fullest. And the point I feel like I failed her, me as being her aunt, a person that she could run to and tell anything and everything to. That was my girl. That was my baby. And to hear all of this, to know all of this, and to be going through all this and hearing it for as long as that it went on, it's very devastating. I see so many people that are supposed to be my family that's going against my mom and me for that instance, and saying like, oh, she failed her, she had something to do with it, she had this and that. It doesn't matter at this point. For right now, and until we get justice for Kei'Mani, it's all about Kei'Mani. What I would like to say is there's a lot of people on the internet starting GoFundMes, and that's not what we need right now, because it's not what Kei'Mani needs. The funeral home has objected to say that they're going to come and pay for everything, so there's no need for any GoFundMe pages, any of that. Everything is being taken care of that needs to be taken care of by her family, her immediate family.
Does it upset you that there are GoFundMes? Some of them, I think, in cases might be scams too, as well.
What upsets me is that people are starting these GoFundMe pages and putting Kei'Mani name underneath it, and they know that it's going to get viewed, and people have sympathy and feel some type of way about that. And some of them can be scams, but I know some of them have come from family members. When just let the immediate family handle that. Like, what y'all gonna do with the money if y'all not turning into the funeral home? There's no need. Let us handle it. Y'all just sit back and give us the emotional support that we need. That's what we need right now. As a family, as a community, we should all come together and just give each other the emotional support that we honestly need. And that's just what I asked for everybody to, calm down, breathe. I know this is a hard time, because it's not just a hard time for y'all. This is a rough time for me. I just need y'all to come together and understand that we need each other as a community, as a family, and emotional support.
So I'm wondering if this was the daughter that was falling all over the ground when they were trying to arrest her mother.
Emotional support is what we need the most in this situation.
Yesterday the crowd was. Yesterday, if you were here, I'm assuming the crowd was very upset. Lots of emotions going through too. Especially at this time with such a sensitive situation. We've heard multiple comments out in the crowd, attacking or pointing fingers at your mom. So, what has it been like finding your support system and helping her out?
In a way, you have to be mature enough to decide, am I going to follow along with the crowd, or am I going to, stick around with the loner? I'm to the point where I'm not following nobody. I'm going with what's right. If it was your mother, if it was your niece, would you console your mother? Would you console the person that was closest to her, who lived with her? I'm not out to have a torch and the pitchforks and all out to go against anybody except the person who did this, which I believe was her father, Darnell.
Now, the community is always going to look at the person that had her in the house that she was taken from and all of that. But as a daughter, of course, I will stand by my mother until I found out exactly what was going on. I would need solid proof if it was my family. You know what I'm saying? I would need that. Of course, I wouldn't go with everybody. I would stand by my mother. That's a natural thing to do. But everybody else, you don't expect everybody else to do it. But I mean, just based off of the mother's emotions and stuff, it seems like she just wasn't emotional enough about it, and it seems like she could be involved just because of that, because that is highly suspicious. But I still don't know if the woman was involved or not. And but those text messages that I read, along with her reaction and her defensiveness, it is highly suspicious to me.
I don't have any other anger pushed towards anybody else. I'm angry that this happened, but I'm angry at the person who did this.
Do you know if have you been in contact with Tiara, the mother?
Yeah, I've been in contact with my sister. It's been briefly. It's been over through text. Like I said, I live in Indianapolis.
Okay, so I just ran across a video with the mother. So it says, mother of missing 13-year-old daughter Kei'Mani speaks up angry. And so unfortunately, because she must have been saying something that says, mother of 13-year-old missing girl from Toledo speaks. Unfortunately, it's been confirmed that her remains were found.
This world, nigga. And this is the fuck you do to her? Nigga, fuck that bitch.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
ooh-wee.
No, that's crazy.
Hold on now. I ain't know she was about to say that, but hold on.
No, that's crazy as fuck. You did that to your own grandbaby. Nigga, you told me I was supposed to be aborted and that you gave me life anyway, so I wanted to do something for you. I let you see your first fucking grandchild come into this world, nigga. And this is the fuck you do to her?
Ooh.
Nigga, fuck that bitch.
Oh, 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 baby, if her daughter feel this way, oh my God, y'all hear that? OMG. Okay, the mother got a lot of explaining to do. Whoa.
Okay, you guys, so we have an update in the case of Kei'Mani Latigue. Now, y'all, this case is all over the place, so just please bear with me. But they now
Shout
have
out
a
to
warrant
Drake.
out for the dad, which is Darnell Ogletree.
Drake.
So as you guys know, there are a lot of stories coming out. One day they're saying this, one day they're saying that. But one of the first stories that came out was about Darnell. And that story was that on Sunday night, Kei'Mani called Darnell over there because she was afraid that somebody was trying to break in. Listen to this.
Night after she called him afraid to be home alone.
I came over here because she said that it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here.
So this bastard had the nerve to do that and show up at the scene. Wow.
And we left around like 12:30.
So it is believed that Darnell took Kei'Mani away from that house on that night. Now they're not saying if anybody else is involved. They're not saying any other motives. The only information that came out was he's being charged with the abduction of Kei'Mani. Now, y'all, this case has been all over the place, from text messages from a kidnapper to strange people living in the home with the grandmother to people saying that the grandmother and Darnell were messing around, but now they're saying that this is Kei'Mani's dad. At this point, where is Kei'Mani? Like I said in my last video, this case reminds me so much of Nazaria Harris's case.
So they did say, they are saying that too. Okay, that definitely, come on, man. So what? Do we have a desperate granny? Is that what we looking at here?
So many people failed her. In this case, it's really starting to make me mad because I feel like a lot of more people know stuff, but they're not saying anything. So another thing is, apparently somebody posted today that they found a body in Toledo.
What?
Now, this hasn't been confirmed. We don't know who this person is. And as of right now, they haven't caught Darnell. Darnell is still nowhere to be found. Now, if you have any information on the disappearance of Kei'Mani Latigue,
now, if they did find a body in Toledo prior to them finding her, I do wonder who that was.
When I heard about this case, this was an individual.
Dorothy, what you gotta say? That's right here. Ready, don't bring that bitch over. Dorothy, you gonna get your ass whooped. No, I ain't leave her alone. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Dorothy, what you gotta say? What the fuck you mean what I got to say? What you gotta say? With the shit. Oh, you ain't know.
Granny is with the shits, okay? Hold on. The granny just stepped over there They talking about what they gonna do to her, and she stepped right over there where they at. But of course, the police is there, the news is there, but she walked right into the crowd, so she is not scared. She's aggressive, allegedly. So somebody got in her face, and somebody came and grabbed the person and stepped them away. But that response from the daughter, though.
No, that's crazy as fuck. You did that to your own grandbaby. Nigga, you told me I was supposed to be aborted and that you gave me life anyway, so I wanted to do something for you. I let you see your first fucking grandchild come into this world, nigga. And this is what the fuck you do to her? Nigga, fuck that bitch.
All right, so what this sister got to say about her sissy? Hold on. This crazy, man.
I seen her yesterday, but that was very brief. It wasn't even more than 5 minutes. It was more or less that she wanted to show me my other niece, Kazaria, which is Kei'Mani's youngest sister. But it wasn't like it was oh, sis, what are we gonna do? Any of that.
Oh, so she got another child after this child that she has, and they ain't seen, obviously. So this family is all tore up. And what would make a mother tell her daughter something like that? I should have got rid of you, but I gave you life. Like, what? OMG. And then you're the one with her child? Yeah, this is ringing Naziah Harris for real. Like, got all the ingredients.
And I don't wish this on nobody. I really don't. I could, your mind go different places when it's a baby. That was a baby. Like I said, I have a very close relationship with Kei'Mani. She was a tomboy. She wasn't out looking for, trying to be fast or, mischievous or any of that. So for her mother to come down and have all this to say and all that, Tierra, where was you for the past 4 years? We haven't seen you since Kei'Mani TikTok party. You haven't called her. You haven't sent her anything. You haven't said, oh, baby, I'm going to come get you for a weekend. We haven't seen you until this happened. Why we got to see you when it's a tragic moment? So, Tierra, where do you stand?
And Tierra lives in Cleveland. Correct?
Yes.
And so the past 4 years, you're saying there was very little communication.
Very, very minimum. It wasn't even, she'll call my mom. She'll go through me and say, have you talked to mommy? And I'm like, no, about what? And she'll say, oh, well, she got custody of Kei'Mani and she trying to get child support from me. So it wasn't that Tierra was concerned about Kei'Mani. It was more of the why she want child support from me.
What is the relationship between your mother and your sister, Tierra?
It's very distant. They had their words. They fought. Kei'Mani mother has a godmother that Kei'Mani was with before my mom got her. And there was no communication then from Tierra. I feel like Tierra just let her go. Because any mother would be on her toes to get her children back. That wasn't the case here. It just wasn't.
When was Kei'Mani taken away from Tierra?
I'll say about 7-8 months. And then Tierra godmother stepped in and got custody of Kei'Mani, which would have been around 9 months. And Kei'Mani had been with that lady from 9 months all the way up until about, I say 5.5 years ago. So it wasn't like Tierra was actually in the picture, saying,
why couldn't they just leave her who she was with if she had her since she was 9 months? Why did they even mess with her? For the money? Was it for the money? Because think about it. The grandmother did not like her daughter. We just heard what the daughter said. So why does she need her daughter? This is not okay. It's This one gonna be solved before Naziah.
Hey,
or maybe at the same time.
Maybe I can start getting myself together to get my child back, so nobody else can get hurt.
You ever worried for Kei'Mani's safety with any of the family members or anyone?
I wouldn't say I was worried because I was here. I was here every winter break, spring break, holidays, birthdays. I was here for Kei'Mani. Yes, you come and you enjoy time with your family, but I was here for my niece. I also brought my youngest sister and her 2 kids from Indianapolis to be here for Kei'Mani because we've been in the system before.
Wait a damn minute now. Wait a damn minute. Now I see. Okay. So they've been in the system before, because I was about to pause it before she said that, because first thing I thought is that they don't live near the mother. They at a distance. People usually leave their hometown for a reason. And it sounds like their reason might have been the mammy. I don't know. But she just said they was in the system. So let's go back and see. What the hell?
So I know how it feels to feel like, dang, I'm at somebody's house, or not feeling not wanted.
Not wanted and not safe. But why was they in the system? And if they was in the system, why did they give her to the same mother that got her kids put in the system? But that's what they do, y'all. They do it.
I know those feelings. So I tried to give Kei'Mani that at all times, because she wanted and loved by her aunts. And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life, and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my niece, the, hey, TT, what you doing? When you coming down here?
Oh my God. And she says, hey, TT. That definitely made me think about Naziah, because y'all remember Shannon said she called her from school. Hey, TT, what you doing? Minding. What Nana doing? Minding. That made me think about that when she said that. Oh my God. TT.
No, I'll never get to hear that from my baby again. And that's what kills me the most.
She seemed genuine to me. But yeah, she seemed genuine to me.
Wish that when I was down here last, that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me, so this would have never happened. A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but
this bastard took her to the abandoned house, and
at the end of the day,
I heard him say it was burning on Saturday.
Just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her. There's plenty of people out here with, grown people that put themselves out there to be, the sex workers or whatever it may be. You didn't have to do this to a child.
See, look at that.
There was nothing that Kei'Mani.
We got tears. See what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop tears if you feeling emotional, and she didn't force it. You could tell. Listen, Granny. I don't know, Granny.
Would have done to make you hurt her. So she was a very timid kid, tomboyish, reserved.
Kids are usually kids can be tomboyish because they just naturally tomboyish, or because they don't want to look pretty. They don't want to draw attention to themselves. This is a cover for them, type of thing. And then the granny says she don't like boys.
Wasn't, loud and out there.
So she wasn't loud, out there, timid. She wasn't fast. We heard that word, right? Why was the granny whooping her? Ever? Why was she whooping her? Period. I can't imagine why she would need to be whooped. I can't. Because all they saying is nice things about her, including the granny. But then we find out she whoops her.
So it's just devastating that me and my family have to go through this.
Is there anything else that you would like to add at this time in the interview? Anything else that I didn't ask, maybe?
I just want people to understand that family is family. And at the end of the day, don't be so eager to go against your family. Talk to your family and talk to the children. These children may be scared to talk to the parents about things that's going on or what may be going on because they feel like they may get in trouble. But make it known that to your kids that you can talk to me. Make it very open. You can talk to me about any and everything. Because that's what these kids need to hear nowadays. Instead of going on social media and talking to somebody over social media about it, like he did this or she may done that. Talk to your family because they can handle. They're the adults. They're supposed to handle it.
Our community is grieving alongside Kei'Mani's family right now. Many at a vigil at the home where Kei'Mani was.
What did y'all think about the daughter, the auntie? Like, so I'm seeing we got 31 votes and counting. So no, y'all not feeling like she is involved. I'm not feeling like she's involved either. So we have, is the daughter speaking involved? Yes at 22%, no at 44%, and 34% says maybe. Yeah, I'm feeling no for her. Let me see what this person has to say. Let's see. So this is new details of the 13-year-old. This was 10 hours ago, so she's talking about the father.
Go on. We just want to get her home.
He allegedly took his daughter's hands off and almost her head. Y'all, the details.
Oh man, I thought this was just a lady talking. Never mind. I thought it was just a person talking, and then she just bust in there like that. OMG, that is not okay. Let's hit play. Let me see what y'all saying. Not thought we just heard. Hey, welcome in, Eula. No, I say. Okay. Yeah, not the one we just was listening to. Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm wondering if she'd ever bonded with her. That was a lot of years before she got her. Exactly. So you know what that is? Actually, what that is the little girl was going to move with strangers when she got with her real family. She didn't know them from Adam. If she'd been with another person, now they said that the person that had her was Tiara's godmother, right? So that sounds like somebody that probably kind of helped her along the way because her and her mother wasn't good, and her mother sounded like she didn't like that person. Okay. And so she would have been with her from 9 months. Because she said she got taken around 6 or 7 months or 7 or 8 months or something and got with this lady at 9 months. And she had her until she was about 8 or 9 years old. And then she goes with the grandmother, her biological family. But technically, they're strangers. If she ain't visited them, ain't seen them, didn't know them, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if the mother didn't have a good relationship with her mom, then she wasn't taking her granddaughter to see her like that, I would guess. But then again, we did hear her cousin saying that she let her see her grandchild or whatever she said. I can't even remember what all the woman said. But let's see a little bit more of this.
It's found Monday. Steve Iwanek shares their story.
Talk to me about why this has created such a passion within you and what you want to see happen in the future for people who may be going through a situation that Kei'Mani may or may not have been going through in her own life.
The reason why I have so much passion for this, I guess it was my upbringing. It started with my grandmother. You know, she was always telling us, if you do the right things, then you don't have to worry about anything. If you walk right, then you don't have to worry about anything. And having that upbringing, I was brought up in church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was not the kid that was not spared the rod. I was given the rod, okay? So I understand what discipline was all about. And I think for me is to show the love, give back to my community in a time like this, because you don't want to see it happen to another child.
This 13-year-old girl now, some people say she has found peace. I can't say that on behalf of her family. I'm just what I've read online. What do you say to Kei'Mani right now as she's, I'll take it through my perspective of faith, she's looking down now. What do you think she is saying to her community and her family?
Kei'Mani was never ours. She was just loaned to us. She was a vessel in a shell. She's at peace. No more hurt, no more pain, no more going through nothing. She know her Father, heavenly above, has her.
Kei'Mani was a 7th grader at Spring Elementary. Now her school is in mourning.
Yeah, Michael Sandlin went to TPS to find out how the district is helping students there process her death.
Jeff, today counselors and therapy dogs were brought in to help the students and teachers deal with grief. But one student tells me that didn't stop the tears from flowing. I met 7th grader Kei'Mani Fisher outside of her school holding up a sign paying tribute to her fallen classmate. With permission from her mother, Kei'Mani told me about how sweet of a girl Kei'Mani was. While Kei'Mani came from a troubled background, in and out of 5 schools before coming to Spring, both school leaders and Kei'Mani tell me she really flourished at Spring. She developed a reputation for being smart and kind. It would help Kei'Mani with her schoolwork when she didn't understand
Did
it.
he just say she was in and out of 5 schools before she came to Spring? Hold on. What did he say?
While Kei'Mani came from a troubled background, in and out of 5 schools for
I'm confused with that. Now, I mean, are they just judging from the time that she been with the grandmother that she transferred to 5 different schools, or in her lifetime? And when the godmother had her, was they living in Toledo or was they living somewhere else where the mother is at? I'm curious. Why she had a troubled background and moved 5 different schools. I wonder under whose watch. I really do. Because to me, that's a sign. Like, did she move her every time somebody says something about a bruise or something? I'm just, that's just my thought.
how sweet of a girl Kei'Mani was. While Kei'Mani came from a troubled background, in and out of 5 schools before coming to Spring, both school leaders and Kei'Mani tell me she really flourished at Spring. She developed a reputation for being smart and kind. It would help Kei'Mani with her schoolwork when she didn't understand it. She also loved basketball and played with the other kids whenever she could. Now, with the news of her passing spread across the school, Kei'Mani and her younger brother Keegan tell
I can't help but notice, too, that her hair appeared to be cut. I don't know if it was up in a ball, up in a ponytail, or if that's a little afro that I just seen.
and Kei'Mani tell me she really flourished at Spring. She developed a reputation for being smart and kind. It would help Kei'Mani with her schoolwork when she didn't understand it. She also loved basketball and played with the other kids whenever she could. Now, with the news of her past,
right there, is that a pony? That looked like her hair cut. I mean, it looks like the hair is cut. And if so, that's a sign too. Like, she didn't want to be looked at attracting anybody. She just wanted to probably disappear. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was doing that kind of stuff to her.
passing spread across the school, Kei'Mani and her younger brother Keegan tell me the energy in the classroom was very different this morning.
I've seen some people crying and stuff, a lot of people crying. Sad and very quiet.
Aww.
I noticed that you made the sign. Why did you decide to make the sign for her?
So everyone can have a memory of her.
How do you hope people remember her by?
About how kind she was.
Kei'Mani was set to get a kindness award from the school later this week. Her birthday was also this week. She would have been 14 years old. In studio, I'm Michael San on WTOL 11.
We talked previously with Toledo Mayor Wade Capsicavage. He says that he wants to see the legal process play out, though he wants to see the book thrown at whoever is responsible. Andre Norrells asked Toledo City Council what needs to happen next.
Several council members took the time to talk about Kei'Mani's death. Many of them called it tragic. One of those was Council President Carrie Hartman. First, tell me, what was your reaction when you first heard about this?
I mean, I heard about it last week. She
when she first went missing, it wasn't far from where I live. And so I know there's been a lot of commentary online, on social media, as the news was breaking. And so I know there's been a lot of commentary.
In this picture, she kind of give me stud vibes. In this picture, she does. Braids straight to the back. That's why the grandmother said she didn't like boys. Why didn't she, though? It's usually something that make you want to be attracted to the opposite, I think. I think I might have found the video that I was looking for. Let me see. Where it talks about, this is Prophet P.I., where he's talking about the type of guys that she will have at her house.
Regarding Kei'Mani Latigue. So I'm finding out that Dorothy is a foster mom. She is the foster mom to Kei'Mani's mother, but she's also now a foster mom to Kei'Mani. And the way that she got...
Well, I think she the real mom, right? She's the real mom, but a foster mom to she a granny. But okay, let's...
Kei'Mani is because she fabricated some charges against Kei'Mani's mother, Tiara. And that's how Tiara ended up getting those charges. So that's why Kei'Mani was there. She is a paycheck for Dorothy. So just know that Kei'Mani has a very good support system. Her aunties, her cousins, even her mother. A very good support system. But Dorothy is not allowing them to come around, to be around Kei'Mani. Now, I found out some other disturbing things, especially about the people that live in that house. The first one is this person right here who was running around claiming that she was the mother of Kei'Mani when she's not.
Now that's weird. That's weird that somebody is claiming. I couldn't remember what he had said about this person claiming to be her mother. Okay.
They call her Shabu or Shabunk or whatever. And then her old man, he's back there in the back in the black right there. And I don't have a close up of him, but we'll get that pretty soon. But both of them right there stay in that house also. Another person in that household, or at least comes over there or stay there. I don't know if he's staying there or not. But this person right here, he goes by Wayne.
So he just named a couple that lives in the house. Now he's at a guy. So that's 3 people. When the grandmother, I did not just read somewhere that the grandmother stayed alone, just her and the little girl, Kei'Mani. Now we talking about a couple and about 3 other men he about to show.
Himself Wayne Brady, but he just recently got out of prison. Now, this is the one where a lot of you students have reached out telling not only myself, but other people, the complaints that Kei'Mani had against him, where he was making advances towards her constantly. And it was reported, but it seems like that the Child Protective Services has failed Kei'Mani. So this name Wayne Brady, I'm pretty sure is a fictitious name, all right? I'm pretty sure his name is Wayne, but last name is not Brady. But he just recently got out. But he's doing a lot of sick stuff towards Kei'Mani and possibly other children. Another disturbing thing that I found out was this guy right here, John Hardy. Now, John Hardy, if you remember in my other videos when I said that Dorothy was shot in the leg back in 2015 by the other children.
That's crazy. Dorothy was shot in the leg by this guy that's hanging out at her house. In 2015, this happened. That's why Granny is hood. She wasn't worried. I forgot he said that.
Another disturbing thing that I found out was this guy right here, John Hardy. Now, John Hardy, if you remember in my other videos when I said that Dorothy was shot in the leg back in 2015 by John Hardy. This is him. But when I started looking a little bit deeper and finding out that he is constantly over there, always coming over, drops by when he wants to, I found out some other stuff. Now, I had to blank out some things that way I protect personal information. But let me introduce you to John Hardy. You see the charges right there.
Yeah, he got them SO charges, communication with a minor, 13, 16 years old.
Against a child, a minor, 13 to 16 years old. Why are you around these children? But it gets deeper because you got these other charges right through here.
Oh my gosh, hold on. So she got these type of guys around. Assault, no personal shall knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to another. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far.
Where he like to put his hands on people, and they just keep going and going. I didn't put them all up here. This right here is just a little bit of a lot. It's a whole lot of it.
unlawful criminal conduct with a minor, 16, endangering children, receiving stolen property, felon assault weapon, and
So
other
these are my
stuff.
concerns. Did Wayne do something to Kei'Mani? Or did John do something to Kei'Mani? Seeing their background, but also seeing how they always came sideways at this child, a minor. And why are the police not searching the house thoroughly? The basement, the crawl space, the attics, everywhere. Why are you not searching those areas? And finding out what I found out regarding her mother, Tiara, she needs to be back with her mother. She needs to be back with her mother in the care of her mother, not at that house over there, the house of horrors. I'll bring more as soon as I find out more. The milk stinks and the water stinks. The more I dig, the more that I find out. And it's very disturbing with this entire case.
Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so that's the part I was talking about where he's talking about the guys that's up in there. Now let me see this one too.
This is sad, man. Regarding this case up there,
Wait a minute.
here's my question. How, Dorothy, Jean, how did you identify her body when they haven't even let anybody in that house to look at anything inside that house? There are people standing up there right now that was there way before you. And I just got off the phone with them. They told me there is no way that you identified that body in there because they were there way before you. And they haven't even let anybody in the house, not even Tiara.
Now they usually don't let nobody go identify nobody on the scene, but so I don't know. The grandma needs to be locked. Lady Leo, welcome in. So yeah, y'all feel like the granny definitely got something to do with it, and her, looking at her talk, her little interview is highly suspicious to me. And then hearing the mother of the child speak so ill about her mother is another one. But we got a loving daughter, and then we have the Tiara, I guess is her name. But dang, that's sad.
Right now, the milk stinks and the water stinks. Man, this right here is going to tell everything. Everybody getting handcuffs. All y'all. These are my thoughts. These are my thoughts right here. You knew that body was in that house because from what I'm reading also is that house was set on fire Saturday. Somebody whose office is across the street said that house was on fire Saturday.
Yep.
And that was around the time when you were getting stuff up out of your house. You were getting rid of a lot of things in your house.
Hold on now. Hold on, Granny. Hold on. You ain't get rid of nothing about the house, did you? Like what? See what I'm saying? This really do stink, man. I mean, I would think that the police would be at that house searching again if they already searched. I'm new here and I'm disgusted. Me too, Lady Leo. And welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing and dropping down in the comments. You are very welcome here. But yeah, this is tough. And hearing all of this, she's taking stuff out of her house and she allegedly identified her. Like how?
You pulled a weapon on Cat and them. I'm telling you, the milk
She
stinks.
put
The
a
water
weapon.
stinks, and it's
Hold
even
on, let's
stinkier
go
right
back.
around the time when you were getting stuff up out of your house. You were getting rid of a lot of things in your house. That's when you pulled a weapon on Cat and them. I'm telling you, the milk stinks, the water stinks, and it's even stinkier right now. I'm also hearing, and it's just a rumor right now, that he unalived himself. Did he do it to himself? Or did somebody do it to keep him quiet?
So that's not true right there. This stuff right here is not true. He ain't other. Well, the cop did it, but he's still alive.
I find it awfully strange that you were able to identify a body that nobody's been able to go in the house except for the police officers and the forensic team. And you identified the body to the news station already? Didn't they say the body was unrecognizable? Chicken's coming home to roost.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if he getting that from what we just listened to. I didn't pay attention to that. She did start talking about it, but I didn't pay attention if she said she identified him or not, her or not. But we seen how they brought her out, and it wasn't she would have had to go in the house to be able to identify her, and that's not something that they do. Let me go to that right quick. I
told you, bitch! That's what you get, bitch! Yes! You lucky, go to jail, bitch! You know what you did, bitch! That's right! That's right! You know what you did to her! You got in jail too, bitch! I knew it! It's exactly what the fuck she should have been in jail! That bitch should have been in jail! A long fucking time ago! Get her! Get her! I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That bitch, I'm telling y'all, I've been around, and this bitch, oh, my mama, take that bitch to jail. Get that bitch out of here. Get her out of here. You man.
The phone lines are open if anybody want to call in. Do you know any of these people? Do I have anybody in the chat that knows anybody in this family, anybody involved in this case? If so, please call and let us know what you know. Or if we have anybody that just want to call in and give your opinion about what you just heard. The lines are open, but I'm going to keep going. Let me see what y'all saying, though. Dang, I hate when I do that. Let me let this keep going.
Online, on social media, as the news was breaking, and as the news keeps rolling in, it keeps getting more shocking.
I know it's early on, the investigation is still underway, but has there been conversations on what council can maybe do, any like looking at what can be introduced to try to help this?
Yeah, I mean, the news, it's all happening so fast. I think it's going to take us a little bit of time if we're going to do anything legislation wise. But I know that we've already been talking about how do we get some of these blighted buildings boarded up so that there isn't any crime or mischief going on in these blighted houses. But as one council member said, it wasn't the house that killed this poor girl. So I think it is more about the community and whether or not our community is going to tolerate violence like this.
It can be challenging for parents to talk to their kids about situations like Kei'Mani's murder. Megan Hartnett went to an expert to find out how parents can start this conversation.
Kaylee, it's important to make sure kids have a safe
Darnell
space to ask questions or voice any concerns they may have. Representatives from parents of murdered children say parents should monitor how much information kids are taking from social media and news sources. We are still learning more details about what happened to Kei'Mani, and there are a lot of rumors online. Conversations should be geared to whatever level a child can handle maturity-wise.
Let me see what y'all saying. Thank you for your support. Yes, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much for being here. Please smack that thumbs up. I don't know how we doing with thumbs up, but our goal is to get at least 100 thumbs up, but we can get more than that right now. So please smack the thumbs up by double tapping the screen. See something, say something. Yeah, rest in peace. Let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know. Do y'all think, I mean, clearly this father was not okay. Just the videos that I play. Let me play a little bit of that.
What do I do? What's up, my bro? Been just going through some things, man. I don't know what the fuck to do. Y'all, I'm really going through some things and people don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Grand Rising, Teresa. Welcome in.
I'm not mad. So much stress, so much anger. And I'm just trying to do the right thing. I pray. I read my Bible. I try to help out people the best as I can. And I'm just not feeling this. And I ain't financial or none of that, bro. If you thinking that's what it is, it's nothing like that. Booter, you remember when you told me that God got a plan for me? You told me God got a plan for me. And that's the reason why I keep going through all of this shit. Because he keep putting me through the test. When is the test gonna be over, bro? I just want it to be over with. I hate the way I think. I hate the way I see things. And all I do is sit back and try to just act like I don't see shit. Because if I do something about it, I'm going to jail. I'm the one getting in trouble. I just want to know, what's the real purpose for me to be here, man? I literally like helping people. I like doing yard work. I like working with people in general. But yet, it's always, I feel like something is being thrown at me. If that makes sense. I don't know. But then again, I can't keep crying about shit. I can't keep putting myself down. Like, I got jobs lined up, y'all. I got shit lined up for like the next fucking month to where I can make some money, to where I can live good. But it's just so much shit inside of my head that I don't want there. Booter, you remember when you...
What do y'all think about the father? Do y'all think he has some mental stuff going on? Do anybody care? Would you say that maybe he's schizophrenic or he got something going on with himself, or maybe something happened to him as a kid? Let me know. I'm gonna play this right quick. I think he's gonna talk.
In Toledo ends here in Columbus. We were there moments after police were called to Denison Avenue and shots were fired.
Here was a look at where this all happened right around 10 o'clock this morning. It is right at the corner of Denison and 2nd Avenues, right there in Victorian Village.
Columbus police identifying the suspect as Darnell Jones, who also goes by Darnell Ogletree. This is video as he talked with a reporter from our station in Toledo about the disappearance of his daughter last week. We have that live team coverage right now. Lisa Rontala here with the horrific details of the homicide investigation.
Well, we're going to start right now at 5 with Steve Levine with details about what happened this morning between police and that suspect.
Well, the shooting happened right behind me this morning here in Victorian Village. Police say Jones, after he was shot, was rushed to the hospital and taken into surgery. He is expected to be okay. SWAT officers were not wounded in this gunfire. And tonight, investigators trying to figure out exactly what happened moments before this shooting. Crime tape wraps around this intersection in Victorian Village Tuesday morning after gunfire is heard by neighbors. I heard clearly pop, 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 and people talk. It sounded a little bit like fireworks.
Well, I wonder how many did he catch, because that was a bunch of pops.
This police tell us SWAT officers came into contact with Darnell Jones, wanted out of Toledo, at this intersection at Denison and 2nd Avenues. Franklin County court documents we obtained say Jones pulled out a gun and fired at officers.
At some point during the interaction with SWAT officers, I can confirm that an officer did discharge their firearm, striking the suspect.
This is a photo a neighbor provided to us of a gun recovered by police near the shooting scene. CPD telling us officers had started to watch the suspect 2 days ago after learning he may be in the area. Investigators now trying to determine what brought Jones to Victorian Village.
That is one of the things that investigators are actively trying to determine right now, because we don't believe there's any reason for him to be in this specific area in terms of knowing someone or trying to engage in any additional criminal activity.
The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation now taking over the shooting investigation because it involves a Columbus police officer. Neighbors here now waiting to learn what happened.
Living down here in the metro, small petty stuff happens. I mean, they're very surprised this happened on our corner.
I did learn that body-worn camera did record the shooting, and police say it could be released and made public as early as tomorrow. We did reach out.
We want to see that body cam footage. We definitely want to
Police
see
Chief
that.
Elaine Bryan requested a one-on-one interview to discuss this with her.
We handed out flyers telling people if they see her to call police.
Yes,
the teen's
sir.
grandmother says she's not the type.
We gonna be tuned in. So let me see what else are they saying. So Tiara went. Somebody said Kei'Mani's mom went live Saturday evening and went over some things about her daughter living situation, but caused some confusion at the same time. She said Kei'Mani was taken from her by her mother when she was an infant. We are learning via Dorothy that she only had legal custody of Kei'Mani since 2024, and Kei'Mani has been living with her for at least 5.5 years. Since she's about 8 years old. So where was Kei'Mani for the first 8 years? So she was with the godmother. Okay, so she was with Tiara's godmother, and for whatever reason, she decided that she no longer wanted to care for the child. Oh, she didn't want her no more. Oh my God, what? Well, that's what this says that I'm reading, that the godmother, dang, that's messed up, man. And if that's true, she probably feel like shit right now. But Dorothy Latigue, that she only had legal custody of Kei'Mani since 2024, and Kei'Mani has been living with her for the last 5.5 years, since she was 8 years old. So where was Kei'Mani for the first 8 years? She was with Tiara's godmother, and for whatever reason, she decided that she no longer wanted to take care of the child. So Dorothy took over. A few years ago, Tiara made a post asking for donations for court fees so she could regain custody for Kei'Mani, because her mother was trying to place the child in foster care. It was Tiara's godmother who took Kei'Mani from Tiara as an infant, then was trying to place Kei'Mani in foster care. But why? Illness, financial problems, or she just didn't want to deal with it anymore? And that's good questions. I'm curious to know, why did she do that? And it's a picture of her with this family. She's smiling. She looked happy. Wow. That's messed up. Let me see. So new information released. He did his daughter so wrong, man. He did, in fact, RAP her, and unalived her a few days before her 14th birthday. 13-year-old newly released. Autopsy also showed that he cut off her. Man, I cannot believe, dude, the hands. I just cannot believe he did this to his child, throat, and multiple times, to the point that her head was damn near separated. Her nude body was found on the second floor of that rundown, and when they said her pajamas was at the door, at the couch, and all of this stuff, that was my thing. Did he take her out without anything going? Like, boy, what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. Yeah, I can't wait to see that body cam footage. I definitely want to see that, especially reading this. I don't know what happened to him, but it damn sure don't matter. She didn't deserve that. Not at all. Not at all, man. And let me see. Damn. Let me see what y'all saying. What would make this bastard do this to his own? Why? Let me see what y'all saying. I can take this poll down too, because no, we don't feel like the. Well, shoot, the poll is polling, so we got we started at 70 votes, but now we at 80. So is the daughter speaking involved? Yes, at 16%, no at 41%, and maybe at 43%. So y'all feeling like she may be involved. I really don't feel like it, because she don't live in town. She seemed very sincere. I mean, I definitely could be wrong. The grandmother is definitely suspicious to me, especially hearing about her background. She didn't been popped with lead and all this. She a little thuggish, like she a little, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just for me, really, it was the lack of emotions for me. The lack of tears. She was more angry. She was more defending herself than she was fighting for her granddaughter, in my opinion. And the truth will come out, that's for sure. Has it been confirmed that he is her biological father? Yeah, I from what I'm hearing, I know that people were saying that, but I do think that was the final thing that I heard, that he is, and she actually looked like him. Let me see what this missing poster says. It says Kei'Mani Latigue was last seen on March 18, 2025 at the home she shared with her grandmother. Her grandmother found the house in complete disarray, the front door unlocked, the smell of gas from the stove, and Kei'Mani's glasses, which she cannot see without. It ain't no times here. It ain't no dates. So anyway, I'm gonna just read. Her glasses and her underclothes were by the front door, and her pajamas were on the dining room floor. Kei'Mani's father said he saw her late Sunday night after she called him and said she was afraid to be home alone because it seemed like somebody was trying to break in. Why would she even call him? How long has he been coming around her? How long has she really been knowing this dude? Kei'Mani has not been seen since. Yeah, why would she call him? Why wouldn't she call her granny? Why wouldn't she call her aunties if they were so close? Why wouldn't she call 911? That don't make sense to me. But that's what they said. No times or whatever. Like, I want to know where the granny was coming from and why was she coming home and not already at home? Exactly. Where was the granny? That's what I'm like. I was thinking, does she work at night? But then we just heard the guy, Prophet Pi, he said she ain't working nowhere. They said she don't work. So, I mean, where was she exactly? So it's a lot of information that is still going to be coming out. Sick. Let me see something right quick. So this case is flipping our city upside down. Everyone in Toledo is signing for him to get the death penalty. Grandma isn't arrested, knowing damn well she knew her grandbaby was in that damn house. Now that's what somebody said. Let's see what they think. They arrested her the other day. Yeah, she ain't arrested. Okay. What pisses me off is when the unaliver gets on the news with fake crocodile tears and looking fake sad as if they genuinely don't know what happened to the victims. Yeah, so that was my thing, the lack of emotion there. I noticed Nana is home and in bed at midnight. Not this Nana, honey. She was out and about allegedly. But I instantly thought it was work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I did have the number up for y'all to call in because I can't read every comment. But we will be keeping up on this case. And yeah, please subscribe so you know every time I go live. As a matter of fact, when this one ends, another one is going to be popping up that I'm going to be talking about a little bit later today. So thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's new to my channel. I hope y'all subscribed and enjoy the content. And this is a full crime channel. This is all I post over here for the most part. Of course, and also politics. And that's a little criminal too. So we cover that too if you want to keep up with what's going on in the world, because everything is moving at lightning speed. And we got to keep up or get left behind, not knowing if you're going to get your check next month or whatever, if you're depending on anything from the government. But as far as these people that's involved, we definitely want to see everybody behind bars that had any hands in this, period.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail. Lock his ass up. Nanny boo boo.
Yeah, we definitely want to see everybody involved. And nobody, leave no stone unturned, because I feel like it's more involved if it's true that these particular guys was at the house. She's telling her teacher she don't feel safe. Yeah, we got to listen to what she said, what Kei'Mani said for herself. And she told that it was something crazy going on in that household, and nobody, the proper authorities didn't do enough.
What in the fuckity fuck kind of shit is this?
Wow.
What in the...
But we gonna get up out of here, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. We out. Please smack that thumbs up on the way out, y'all. No way he did not talk. Thumbs up on the way out, y'all. Don't forget to hit the notifications on the next video that pops up. Hit the thumbs up, notifications, and drop a comment too. Peace and love, y'all. We out.